Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I'm incredibly pumped to share this one with you because we're tackling something literally everyone deals with, but almost no one is actually taught how to do. Yeah, we're talking about romantic relationships. Today, we are taking clinical relationship research and transforming it into a totally practical daily survival guide for couples. Okay, let's dive right into this roadmap. We're going to cover the relationship gap, the skills model, and then we'll break down the three core skills: insight, mutuality, and emotion regulation, before wrapping it all up with a quick masterclass. Section 1: The relationship gap, a glaring blind spot. So, I have a question for you. Do we really know how to do relationships on a day-to-day basis? Just think about it for a second. I mean, sure, we watch the romantic movies, we read the books, but nobody actually sits us down and teaches us the mechanics of how to actively build a healthy partnership. And honestly, that's the real problem here. We all know the basic difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships, right? Intimacy, security, respect, those are the healthy markers. Hostility, contempt, criticism, definitely unhealthy. The issue isn't knowing the difference. The issue is that we completely lack the daily tools to actually get to, and more importantly, stay on the good side of that equation. So what do we currently do about it? Well, our current solutions are almost entirely reactive. Couples therapy, for instance, often tackles problems and patterns that are already deeply ingrained. And even premarital education happens after you've already picked a partner. What if you selected poorly from the get-go? We are essentially waiting until the house is completely on fire before we decide to teach fire safety. It is simply too late. Section 2: The skills model, proactive skills. Now, researchers actually have a specific name for this. They call it romantic competence. Basically, it's your ability to function adaptively across all aspects of the relationship process using a specific set of skills. The absolutely crucial point I want you to take away here is that romance isn't just magic, and it's definitely not just dumb luck. It is a measurable, trainable competence. You can actually learn to be good at it. Based on a really thorough review of the research, three core skills were identified that form the total foundation of this romantic competence. They are insight, mutuality, and emotion regulation. We are going to break these down step by step right now so you can start applying them as daily, actionable habits. Section 3: Skill 1: Insight, deep self-awareness. So what is insight exactly? Well, insight is all about awareness, understanding, and learning about who you are, what you need, and why you do the things you do. Notice that it starts with you. It's about deep self-awareness before you ever even begin to analyze your partner. You have to know what you want and be able to anticipate the consequences of your own behavior. Let's look at a totally normal, everyday scenario to show you what I mean. Without insight, you might just find yourself snapping at your partner because you feel inexplicably irritated. But with insight, you'd realize that your partner didn't actually do anything wrong. You're actually just stressed out from work, and you really just need a minute to relax. A lack of insight causes all sorts of collateral damage at home, but insight stops that bleed. Section 4: Skill 2: Mutuality, balancing needs. Mutuality is knowing that both people have needs, and here's the kicker, that both sets of needs truly matter. It is the absolute antidote to selfishness, and it's the antidote to martyrdom too. It means conveying your own needs in a clear, direct fashion while being completely willing to meet your partner's needs as well. Let's see how mutuality handles conflicting desires, because we all have them. Without mutuality, you might resent your partner's morning gym time because, honestly, you'd rather they just stay in bed with you. But with mutuality, you recognize that the gym makes them feel better all day long. So you support their gym time while simultaneously communicating your own need for connection later in the day. Both needs matter. See how that works? And the best part is that mutuality scales up to the really big decisions too. For example, imagine saying something like, "If I promise to protect some time for us, will you be okay with me taking this job?" Now that is a perfect script for a mutual approach to a major life decision. You are literally factoring both people's needs into the choice. Section 5: Skill 3: Emotion regulation, your internal shock absorber. Emotion regulation is basically regulating your feelings and response to relationship events and keeping things in perspective. You can think of this skill as your internal shock absorber for relationship bumps. It's the ability to tolerate uncomfortable feelings without impulsively acting out on them. Come on, we have all been guilty of this one. You send a text, they don't reply immediately, and suddenly you are in a universal panic, staring at the little typing bubbles, utterly convinced the relationship is over, checking your phone every 2 seconds. But with emotion regulation, you step back, you take a breath, you put the phone away, and you focus on your actual life. You keep things in perspective instead of spiraling out of control. Section 6. The Masterclass. Bringing it all together. All right, let's talk about what I like to call the birthday trap. A woman's partner asks what she wants for her birthday. She says, "Oh, I want nothing." But secretly, she absolutely expects him to mind read that she actually wants a gift. So guess what happens? He gets her nothing, she gets furious, and a massive fight erupts. Remember this rule: mind reading is a terrible relationship strategy. It literally never works. Now, let's run that exact same scenario through our new playbook to see how this builds step by step. Step 1. Insight. She knows herself well enough to realize she does want a necklace, and she knows her partner well enough to know he will take her words literally. Step 2. Mutuality. She clearly and directly asks for what she wants. Step 3. Emotion regulation. She manages any guilt or anxiety she might feel about asking for a gift when, say, they're trying to save money. By applying all 3 skills, a guaranteed fight completely transforms into a moment of intimacy and respect. And honestly, the best part of all this, it is not just theory. Researchers found incredible evidence-backed benefits across all age groups, from 13-year-olds all the way up to young adults. People who actively practice these skills feel more secure, they make way better decisions, they report fewer depressive and anxiety symptoms, and they literally have better overall mental health. Bottom line, this makes you healthier and happier. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative question to really chew on. Which of these 3 skills are you going to apply in your relationship today? Will it be insight, mutuality, or emotion regulation? It is time we stop relying on luck and start actively practicing romantic competence. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I absolutely cannot wait to guide you through our next topic.